The Super Bowl happened yesterday, and that means MLB season's right around the corner. We don't care about the NBA. We don't care about the NHL. I mean, I do a little bit. But it's way too early. MLB predictions coming at you from Mariner Mojo. Colton, who do you have finishing 5th in the NL East?
In the NL East, this is maybe not going to be a surprise to you folks. I have the Washington Nationals finishing at 57-105.
Yikes.
With the worst record. Actually, not true. I have one team that has a worse record than them.
But stay tuned to see who it is. I've got the Nationals at 59-103. Following up them, 4th in the National League East, I've got the Miami Marlins.
I also have the Marlins.
I got them 72-90.
I also have them 72-90. Let's go!
By the way, we didn't tell each other what we picked.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, this is a secret.
This is all like brand new information. Okay, 3rd.
Phillies.
At
90-72.
Oh, low. A bit low for me. I got 94 wins for the Phils this year. At 2nd, I have the Braves going 162.
I have the Braves at 99-63.
Okay, just a little less. I've got the Mets, obviously number 1 here. Best team, I think, in the National League, in my opinion. 105-57.
Ooh, I have them at 103-59. So we had the same rankings here: Nationals, Marlins, Phillies, Braves, Mets. Little bit of discrepancy in there with.
I mean we're already off
some of the records.
Off to a hot start though with being on the same wavelength. Let's roll right hot, into the next division, the NL Central. There's one team at the bottom here, and it's the Cincinnati Reds.
And they're 60-102.
You're bold for giving them 60 wins. I gave them 58. I have them 58-104.
Okay, who do you have it for?
The Pittsburgh Pirates. I have them kind of like, I don't know what their projections are. I think their projections are like 72. I have them 74-88. I can't remember where I saw it. I saw it on Twitter. I think they have like 72.
I have them 72-90.
Okay, so yeah. So I think you're right on with what I can't remember where I saw it, but right where their projections are. I've got 74. 3rd place team for you.
I have the Brewers going 500 at 81-81.
I have the Brewers also 3rd, but 83-79.
So that means that you have the Cubs finishing in 2nd.
Do I?
At 82-80.
Oh God, no! I got them winning 87 games, buddy.
Ooh,
yeah, I think the Cubs, they put together a pretty good offseason. 87 wins. I think that's like the upper bound, but I could see it. I could see them pulling out like a little bit better than 500.
Yeah, I think
a bit over for me.
Signing Dansby, Swanson, of course, Sea's going to get another year in with them. I think that they'll be decent. I think we're both spot on having them ahead of the Brewers in 2023.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't bet against the Cubs to even win the division, honestly, which is shocking because I know a lot of their guys are young, but they did have kind of a nice offseason.
I mean, the issue is they've got the St. Louis Cardinals in front of them who have 2 guys coming off top 3 MVP finishes in Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado. I've got them 94-68.
I have them 90-62, but I do
72.
90-72. Math is hard for me, guys.
It's hard.
I think adding Wilson Contreras is big for them. I think that he will be better offensively than Yadier Molina. Defensively, of course, how do you beat Yadi? But yeah, I think adding Wilson Contreras is a big one. Another year of Brendan Donovan. Like you said, 2 guys coming off of MVP votes. And then, of course, Lars Nootbaar,
the patron saint himself, the godsend, Lars Nootbaar.
Maybe Tyler O'Neill figures it out this year after a down year last year. Dylan Carlson getting another year in the league. So I think the Cardinals are going to do pretty well.
I would agree. A team that's not going to do very well in the National League West, the bottom of the barrel here, Colorado Rockies.
I have them going 70-92.
You too, huh? Me?
Yeah. Oh, let's go. Okay. So this is, I think the NL West is going to be where we start to veer off.
Okay. Who you got 4?
I have the Diamondbacks at 4.
At what?
77-85.
I have the Diamondbacks 4 at 81-81.
Ooh, interesting.
I have them being like the Orioles from last year. Like they were picking up at the end of last year, and Diamondbacks they were catching a hot streak. I think with the young guys, Corbin Carroll coming in, they've got Gabriel Moreno. Maybe he has a pop off here at catcher for them. Lord Scuriel, see what he does for them. I could see a little bit of magic happening. It's not going to be enough, but
Right.
I think they could be that like team that's like kind of resurgent and like, whoa, what's this team doing? Like, how are they like this good right now? I'm like, I don't know. I can see it from them.
And of course, I mean, I still do have 3 teams ahead of them, but of course, I agree. I think that all 3 teams ahead of them are going to be better than them, but I think that they're on the come up.
Yeah,
and they could even catch my 3rd place team, the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, of course. The Giants have to be 3rd. Yeah.
I mean, I think I could have put them in dead last just because they missed out on Arson Judge and Carlos Correa both.
That's a tough offseason loss right there.
And Carlos Rodon.
Yeah, him leaving's big. Yeah, I couldn't put them. I put them at 82 and 80. I have them finishing 1 game better than they were last year. Losing Carlos Rodon's a big hit for them, but I think with them playing less out of like every team's gonna be playing not as many games within the division, so they're not gonna have to play the juggernauts of the Dodgers and the Padres as much. So maybe that'll fare better for them, but it's really tough to say.
I had the Giants going 88 and 74. I had them competing in the
NL
West. Yeah,
you got healthy years from Conforto and Haniger in their future then, huh?
Yeah, so I have them competing for the NL West, and I had them 2 games behind the San Diego Padres, who I have at number 2 at 90 and 72.
Interesting. This is our first miss. I've got the Los Angeles Dodgers losing the division. I have them 93 and 69. I think they, nice. Their offseason, they lost a good amount. And, their guys are getting older. I'm not saying that Mookie and Freddie are washed, but losing a guy like Trey Turner is tough. You don't know what Gavin Lux has over there at shortstop. They just signed David Peralta. Is he going to be enough to kind of fill in some of the gaps out there? It's tough to say. You can never really count out the Dodgers. I don't have them missing the playoffs, but I don't know. I like what the Padres did more this offseason.
So naturally, then I have the Dodgers at 99 and 63, winning the division,
and I have the Padres winning the division at 96 and 66.
Okay,
yeah, they don't have Tatis at the beginning, but I think they have enough before that to get off to a hot start and kind of keep riding that wave. Yes, they've faltered a good amount of times. Back in 2021, they had a horrific downfall. 2022, yeah, they had a great run to the NLCS, but they were a wild card team. But I think a bit more production out of some guys. Jake Cronenworth kind of coming to his own a bit more. The pitching, if it's there, I could see them going on a run and taking this division.
Yeah, and honestly, you could sway me into saying the Padres win this division, especially with maybe a comeback year from Juan Soto. Obviously, he still had a great year.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
the actual Juan Soto year.
Juan Soto, yeah. So I can see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Hader gets back on track.
Yeah.
And again, adding Tatis, they still have Kim. I mean, there are a lot of players to like on the Padres team, and they're kind of becoming the Dodgers, having all these star players under one roof. So
correct.
It'll be interesting to see what the Padres-Dodgers do. I think that's probably the best battle this year.
For sure. A team that used to have a lot of stars under their roof, me finishing 5th, is the Boston Red Sox at 71 and 91 in the American League East.
I am right there with you, Joe. I have the Boston Red Sox finishing last in the AL East at 1 and 160. Because their offseason makes quite literally no sense to me.
Carry the 3. You're missing a game. 1 in 160?
One got rained out at the end of the season. It didn't matter.
They don't have a roof in the East Coast. They don't got a roof on the East Coast. It's fine.
Losing Trevor Story for basically the whole year. They lost Xander Bogaerts. And they just signed Rafael Devers to an extension, but couldn't bother to extend someone like Mookie Betts. The Red Sox make 0 sense to me. I think they should have been sellers at last year's deadline. I don't think they should have re-signed Devers. I think they should have traded him at this point and gone into full rebuild mode.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who's to say if Bobby Delbeck can figure it out, maybe, he'll be a good force. Tristan Cassis will be interesting to see what he can do this year. Alex Verdugo. I mean,
they have okay pieces. Yeah, it's just for me, their biggest thing is their pitching. I cannot trust anyone going on the mound, even if it's Chris Sale with a broken hand.
I think they have Garrett Whitlock starting this year, right? They're going to move him back into the rotation.
I think he was starting last year too.
Was he? Okay.
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't. So Red Sox. They were 5th in the division last year. And who cares? Team I do care about a little bit more than the Red Sox. 4th place, Baltimore Orioles. 79 and 83, taking a step back in the record. What do you think about the Orioles this year?
I have the Orioles at 77 and 85, also taking 4th place. They didn't really do much this offseason. And don't get me wrong, I think Jorge Mateo will be good. I think Adley will be good. Ryan Mountcastle. I mean, they have a decent young nucleus, but they didn't add around them. and expecting them to have the same magical run that they had towards the end of last year while losing Trey Mancini and losing other players like that, I just don't see it in the cards for the Orioles.
They've got a bright future. Gunnar Henderson's right there. They've got a core guy like Cedric Mullins to kind of like continue to pull the team together. Anthony Santander's out there. I don't see them finishing too far below 500, but I don't see them pushing past that quite yet. Probably next year, though.
Who's in their starting rotation?
It's a good question. Finishing third in the American League East, I have the Tampa Bay Rays at 88 and 74.
I also have the Tampa Bay Rays at 82 and 80. We swear that we didn't look at each other's notes here.
82 and 80?
I don't think they're going to be very good. What'd you have, Matt?
88. 82? Wow. Okay.
I don't know. I don't look at
You're not sold. You're not sold on it. That's fine.
I don't look at the Rays and say, better watch out for the Rays.
I mean, for me, they're always there. And they have been for a while. It's like the Athletics in like the 2010s. They're always there. And I don't see that stopping yet. You know, barring injury, if Shane McClanahan can stay healthy, I think that goes a long way for them. But I don't know. 82 and 80, I think is a little low, but I can respect. It's still the third place, right? It's still third place.
Coming in at number 2 in the AL East for me, I have everybody's favorite Canadian baseball team, the Toronto Blue Jays, at 88 and 74. Yeah, I have them taking a step back. I do.
Interesting.
I think the AL East is not going to be as good as it was in the last couple of years. I think they're going to take a beating from everywhere else.
Really? I kind of have the opposite idea for the Blue Jays. I have them taking like a little bit of step forward. I have them 95 and 67 finishing second place. I like the addition of Dalton Varsho. Of course, they lose Teoscar Hernandez. They add Eric Swanson to the bullpen. I like the Blue Jays roster. I think it's constructed really well. I like the additions that they've had. And I think playing more teams outside of the AL East will benefit them. They get to play more teams in the AL Central, bro.
That's true, but they also get to play more teams in the NL West and the NL East.
Yeah, but, we'll see.
I think that losing Teoscar, losing Lourdes Gurriel, I think that they're just going to, I don't know. And I think trading Moreno was a bad move. I mean, I get they have Danny. Yeah, I get they have good catching depth, but one of those guys gets hurt. Who catches? Eric Swanson?
What do you mean one of those guys gets hurt? The other guy. And then you have someone DH.
He can't catch all 160 games. Let's say Alejandro Kirk breaks his butt.
Dalton Varsho's right there.
Oh God.
He can do
I guess you could have Dalton Varsho catch, but I don't know. I see Varsho more as an outfielder, just like Cooper Hummel. That means we both have the Yankees winning the American League East.
I'm curious their record for you, because
I have them one game better than the Blue Jays at 89 and 73.
There's no way you don't have a single team in the AL East with a record over 90 wins.
It's true.
That's wild. I have the Yankees finishing first at 98 and 64. One game less. I like the addition of Rodon. I think, bringing Judge back is monumental for them. Harrison Bader, a full season of him out there in the outfield. You don't have to have Giancarlo Stanton out there every single day. I mean, he really wasn't, but I don't think this Yankees team takes that big of a step back.
Interesting.
I would be surprised if they don't win over 90 games.
I mean, Aaron Judge is not going to do what he did again.
Of course not. But
no shots. So
if you looked at their stats in the second half, it was only Aaron Judge doing anything. That is, I think, a huge fluke for the majority of that team, not being able to do anything. They were not able to put anything around Judge. There's no way that happens a second year in a row. If it does, I'm call you the Messiah, because I just can't see it.
Even with the addition of Rodon, I don't like their pitching staff. I don't think Rodon and Garrett Cole, Luis Severino.
What about Nasty Nestor?
You know I don't believe in Nasty Nestor.
I know. I don't think he repeats what he did last year, but I don't. I like Rodon a lot, so I favor his ability. Hey, you're still watching right now and you're not subscribed. Change that. Subscribe. We're entering a division that if the AL East doesn't have a single team over 90 wins, I'm scared for the win-loss here for the AL Central for my friend Colton over there. Start us off with your 5th place team.
5th place. I have the Kansas City Royals taking 5th at 65 and 97. You have the Tigers?
Boo! Yeah, I got the Tigers, 67 and 95.
They don't have Andrew Benintendi for the first half of the year. They also don't have Whit Merrifield for the first half of the year. I mean, who is on the Royals? Salvador Perez is 900 years old at this point. You got Bobby Witt. But like, who's around Bobby Witt? I don't
Vinny.
even know. Vinny Pasquantino?
I don't know, dude. I got them finishing 4th at 73 and 89.
73 and 89.
Yeah, I think they could take a couple steps forward.
See, I have the Tigers finishing 4th at 69 and 93.
Okay. Yeah, you're just dogging on the Central, bro.
I am dogging on the Central. I think I only have 2 teams above 500 in the Central.
I mean, same. But
at 3, I have the Chicago White Sox at 79 and 83.
Me too.
I think that the White Sox.
No, bad. Bad. They took several steps back because they let Jose Abreu walk. Yeah, they brought in Benintendi, but like that's it. And then they have Mike Clevenger, which is yikes. Yikes.
Who knows if he'll even be playing baseball this year? So
exactly.
Yeah. So, and I think, I mean, obviously LaRussa's out, and I feel like he was a big hindrance on the team last year, if I'm being completely honest with you. And maybe Luis Robert kind of picks it up. Eloy Jimenez isn't dead anymore, so that's a plus.
If their team's healthy, over 500, but I don't see them pushing past my top 2. Still,
I agree with that. Who do you have at 2?
Minnesota Twins at 89 and 79. If Buxton and Correa can stay healthy, bro. And that's a big what if. That is a big, huge what if. I like the addition of Pablo Lopez. Yeah, they gave up, Luis Ariz, but I feel like they've got the pieces to fill out around it still. I think 89 wins is possible for the Twins.
I have the Minnesota Twins second as well at 82 and 80.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say 82 and 80. You're like, barely above 500. God, really? I get that, they had a pretty steep fall off, but injuries, I think, kind of derailed their season last year. Of course, it has a very high likelihood of doing that same exact thing again, but I'm putting a little bit of faith in them.
I put a little bit of faith in the Cleveland Guardians winning the division at 87 and 75. The youngest team in the American League last year, maybe you heard, is going to win the division again at 87 and 75. Imagine winning the division with only 87 wins.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I have them winning the division with 96 wins.
96? This is the AL Central, brother.
Yeah, they got better. They added Josh Bell. They don't have to have Josh Naylor continue to hit every single day. What do you mean? Josh Bell's a great hitter. He's a great hitter.
He's fine.
J-Ram's going to finish top 3 in MVP again. You got.
What did they finish last year?
92 and 70, or 90 and 72.
And now they have to face better teams.
You got Steven Kwan a full year developed. You got Oscar Gonzalez a full year developed. I don't know. I like the Guardians.
I believe in Andres Gimenez.
Sure.
But they don't get to beat up on the Royals and the Tigers and the White Sox as much as they did before. Now they got to go play them.
They got off to a slow start last year. If they can avoid that, I bet you if they avoid that slow start last year, they win 96 games last year.
A few moments later.
AL West is a little more interesting.
Okay. I mean, we can just athletics,
yeah.
55 and 107. I have them as the worst team in baseball.
Interesting. I had them at 61 and 100. But
do you know how to do math? Do you mean 61?
62 and 100.
Okay. Like, god dang, man. Okay, who's finishing 4th?
4th place in the division of the American League West, the home division of your Seattle Mariners. I have the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim going 81 and 81. Do you guys think I was going to say the Mariners there for a second? That would have been funny.
That was really funny. Yeah, I have the Rangers finishing 4th at 83 and 79. I've got
83, 79.
I've got 4 teams above 500.
As do I.
Well, I mean, no, you don't.
Yep.
You said 81 and 81. That is not above 500.
That's 500. It's close enough. 3rd in the AL West, I have the Texas Rangers finishing 85 and 77. Almost better than the Cleveland Guardians record, by the way. I think the Rangers are going to be a good team. I really do. Obviously, adding DeGrom for the 5 starts he'll make is going to be big for them.
It's easy 5 wins.
I think that their rotation got a hell of a lot better. I think Seager and Simeon will be much better this year than they were last year. Of course, you have Adolis Garcia, and getting Josh Young up there and getting some more plate appearances for him, I think is going to be big. I think the Rangers, honestly, have a chance. I really do.
There's 4 teams in the AL West that have a chance at the playoffs. I'd say, obviously the Athletics. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, the Rangers and the Angels definitely have a great shot. I have the Angels finishing 3rd at 86 and 76.
What is it Shohei Ohtani continuing his dominance, Mike Trout being healthy? What is it about the Angels?
I like the addition of Hunter Renfroe in conjunction with the two things you already just said. I think Taylor Ward's going to continue to be pretty good. If Anthony Rendon can come and hit a baseball again, that'd be really great for them. I like the addition of Brandon Drury. Their bullpen gets better. Their starting rotation gets a bit better with Tyler Anderson added in. I don't think he's going to pull the Dodgers thing again last year and be really, really good, but I think, it's better than what they had last year. And I think they take a couple steps forward, but I think you say that about the Angels every single year.
Artie Moreno didn't sell the team, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
So, the question that everyone's wondering, Joe, who do you have second in the American League West?
Well, unfortunately, the Astros are the Mariners' daddy, so I've got the Mariners finishing second at 93 and 69.
I have the Mariners finishing in second at 92 and 70, behind the Astros going 96 and 66.
You only have one team above 100 wins. Yeah. And I've got the Astros at 102 and 60. That is the best record in the American League for me. Therefore, they are the first seed in the AL for the playoffs. Following them is the Yankees as the second seed. Third seed for me would be the Cleveland Guardians because they are the third division winner. Fourth seed is once again the Toronto Blue Jays. Five seed being the Seattle Mariners by 2 games there. And then the sixth seed is the Minnesota Twins at 89 and 79. Just on the outside looking in are the Rays and the Angels.
We had pretty similar American League playoff standings. However, mine are a little bit more fun, unlike Joe's. So, of course, I have the Astros as the 1 seed, like Joe said, the Yankees as the 2 seed, Guardians as the 3 seed. I mean, I really don't see that wrapping up any other way, in my opinion. I think that's just going to be the top 3. But for the wild card, at the 4 seed, I have your Seattle Mariners finishing 92 and 70. The 2 seed, I have the Blue Jays, so Joe and I just swapped there. And then the 3 seed in the wild card, I have the Texas Rangers finishing 85 and 77.
That's crazy. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for them.
I think the Rangers are going to be good.
Out of the gutter.
Yeah. So that's the only difference you and I have. You had the Twins. I have the Rangers. So
lots of big question marks for injuries for both those teams. It'll be interesting next year. For the National League, my 1 seed is the Mets, just like you. Should be at least. 2 seed for me is the Padres, since they win the division at 96 and 66. The 3 seed for me is the St. Louis Cardinals, other division winner there. 4 seed is the Atlanta Braves at 162. Second wild card, the 5 seed is the Phillies, and then the 6 seed is the Los Angeles Dodgers at 93 and 69.
We have the same teams going to the playoffs for the National League. I have the Mets in the 1 seed, like you said. The 2 seed, I have the Dodgers winning the West. The 3 seed, I have the Cardinals. And then at the 4 seed, I ended up having the Braves winning 99 games.
Yeah.
I have the Padres as the 5 seed, 90 and 72. And then the Phillies at 90 and 72 as the 6 seed. I think that the Padres and the Phillies are going to go head to head.
Yeah.
And the Padres are going to come out on top. Opposite of what happened in the 2022 playoffs. Dab.
So those are our way too early MLB predictions. Let us know if we nailed it down in the comments down below, because we know we did. If you want to check out a video on the screen now of whether or not the Mariners can catch the Houston Astros, I highly suggest you check it out because it's a pretty good video. Do that. Thanks for watching. Bye.